Hello, everyone. It is Wednesday evening. That means it's time for another Facebook Live. Tonight, we're going to be playing with the Encircled in Nature stamp set and die, so the bundle. So while you are finding me, I'm going to go share this with my page so that if somebody's looking for it there, they can find it. Just take a minute, and that will give you all time to find me. All right. So I've had this set for a while, and I didn't play with it until this past weekend. I was at a retreat, and I took it with me there and played with it. And then I decided I wanted to make a Halloween card with it. So that's what we're doing tonight. All right, one moment. Let me get this link shared. Hang on. There we go. All right, we're almost there. Okay. Get back over to this group so I can watch for comments. All right, here we go. All right, if you are new here, I come to you almost every Wednesday live with something fun to make. After this is over, after the video is over, then I will post the dimensions on my blog. So if you want to make this card or one similar to it, you'll have the dimensions for all the pieces of paper that I used. Also, every week I give away the previous week's project. So last week we made this fun card with the golden greenery, and this is another online exclusive. And so I will tell you at the end who won that. And I did not grab, I don't think, no, I don't have the other two cards I made with this set here, but you would have seen them on Facebook today. So this is an online exclusive, and it is this Encircled in Nature. So that's the stamp set, and then the dies. So you can cut out this kind of wreath. You can cut out the stamped flowers, and they've got these extra trees and leaves and another wreath. So it's really a nice set of dies. We are going to use the inside of this wreath tonight on this card. So I'll leave that out. And then the sentiment, because this, is not a Halloween stamp set, it did not have any Halloween sentiments. And so I used the Happy Halloween from this Playful Ghost, which is another online exclusive. And then I did use, if you can see, the Timber embossing folder, which is this guy. He's just in the regular annual catalog. All right, let's get started. First thing we're going to do is stamp, and I am going to get, anytime you're using photopolymer, it's always nice to use your Stampin' Pierce mat. It just gives it a little cushion, because these stamps don't have any cushion on them like our rubber stamps do. So I'm using Memento Black. This is Pumpkin Pie. And this is a big stamp, so I like to turn it upside down and stamp it this way and get black all over my fingers. It's not a good stamping day unless you get black everywhere. Now you'll notice there's a gap here, and so I'm going to put that on the left side where my trees, bottom left, where my trees are going to be covering it. If you were doing a spray at the bottom, you'd put it at the bottom, or the same thing with the top. All right. And then let's stamp our sentiment. So can see. I have now gotten black all over that. All right, that's all right. We'll just turn it over. Hopefully I won't get it on the card. Okay. At least get the worst of it off. So we are going to stamp Happy Halloween, still in Memento. This is always a challenge when I'm not right over it. Yep, pretty crooked. Let's try that again. All right. I will make a better one. Oh, now I've gotten ink on our card base. Luckily, that will get covered up. All right, before we... wonder, maybe we can do it. Let's try one more time. I think I can stick it in here before... All right, one of these days. It's just so challenging. There, that'll work. When I'm not looking down on top of it. I'm looking through the camera. All right, now before we put our ink away, I didn't think of this until after I'd put mine together, so mine didn't work out so well, but I wanted to stamp some trees in the background. So this, we're going to cut out the center of this and lay this behind it. And so I wanted some trees peeking out behind our die cut ones. So we're going to guess. And once we die cut it, we can stamp some more if we need to. All right, so I'm guessing it'll go like that. But once we die cut this other piece, if we need to, before we glue them together, we can put some more. Oh, I forgot I was going to do some on the inside. You could probably write on this pumpkin pie, but I decided to, I didn't do this on mine, but I decided to do it on this one. So we'll just put a couple trees in there too. Okay, now I think we're done stamping. So maybe I won't get any more ink on my fingers. All right. Let's do this next. So we're going to die cut the center out of this. Hey, Nancy. So I have my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And I'm going to try and raise you up a little bit just because you're just like right on top of it. Then you can see a little bit better. All right, let's grab our... So this is the inside die. And the nice thing about these is there's this little tab. That is where the break in the stamp is. So that lines up with that. So you just have to line that up there. And then you just kind of look at all the little notches and get it lined up. There we go. All right. Now we have this nice die cut piece. I'm going to put the die cut back before I lose it. There's black ink everywhere over here. Move my stamps out of the way. All right, now let's get rid of this guy. And we can start putting this all together. Now there's one other thing that I did. Oh, I gotta grab, hang on one second. I forgot my Wink of Stella was used last night. We used the Wink of Stella last night in my team meeting and I forgot to grab it. So I die cut some trees. I just pulled some off out of basic black. But I did use my Wink of Stella. to put some glitter on him. Now I have a bone folder. Oh, here, I can move you back down now so you're a little closer. Hey buddy, I have a bone folder that I use for all my banging of blends and everything. So it's covered in ink and Winko Stella and all sorts of stuff. But you just want to take this and just bang it. And you got to be forceful. And sometimes these are small enough that it really won't matter. Sometimes I'll squeeze this out and get a little dot and pick it up that way. And then I get bigger blotches. This one I just wanted to add. And it never shows up on camera. But there's just some glimmer on there. Yeah, I wish you could see that. But it just doesn't show up. All right, I'm going to set those aside. And we'll start putting everything together. So we're going to put this behind here. And I probably should have cut that just slightly smaller. So what we'll do is when I glue it down, I'll glue it a little bit off and then I'll just trim that edge. But now we'll have some of those trees in the background. So I'm just going to go around with my liquid glue. You could use your Stampin' Seal if you want. Put that on. And then we can turn it over real quick because we have a little bit of time to wiggle it. Yep, that looks fine. Oh, we forgot to run it through the embossing folder. I can't do it now because I got glue all over this. So this one's not going to have timber on it. I'll make another one that has the timber or give you all the timber one. I forgot to run it through this embossing folder with the timber. You have to do that after you stamp, but you need to do it before. I guess we could try it like that and see what it looks like if the whole thing is embossed. All right, let's trim this. So you can just go along and trim this off. So I will adjust the measurements a little bit and make this a little bit less than the width of the card, of the pumpkin pie. That way you don't have to mess with that. All right. And then we have our card base that has black on it. But that will be covered up, so it won't matter. Should we run it through? Let's run it through. Let's see what happens. If it doesn't turn out, then I'll keep this one and make a better one for y'all. And I love that Stampin' Up! Puts, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a line here. So you can, and this is a big enough one that you can have your wood grain going this way, or if you had a horizontal card or you wanted it to go across, you could do that way. I wanted it to go up and down. So I'm going to line it up with that line. And bring this back real quick. Now for these 3D, you're going to use your base plate, your embossing folder, and then plate number 4. So let's run this through and see what we think. And I didn't put my rubber thing, so it's going to slide all over the place on this paper. All right. Let's see what we think. May not even be able to tell too much. Oh, I think it's okay. Yeah, I think that's all right. Okay. Now, let's bring our card. Nope, not yet. I am getting ahead of myself tonight. So this is our basic black and very vanilla check ribbon. And I thought it was perfect for this card, for this Halloween card. So I'm just going to tie it in a knot. Here on the bottom. And then once you tie it, you can adjust it. Like I'll probably move it up a little bit. Whoops. There we go. Because I want to leave room to put my Happy Halloween down here. All right. So this is a pumpkin pie card base. And I put this up on dimensionals. Now on mine, I noticed it was kind of warping here because of the embossing folder. So I'm going to put more dimensionals on it instead of just, for mine, I just put it in the 4 corners in the middle. This time we're going to put it in the corners and on the sides. So we're going to use more dimensionals. That's okay. I don't want it to warp like that, so this I think should help. And then we don't want it to sag in the middle, so we'll still put one in the middle. All right. Now we start taking all the backs off. One more. Woohoo! Cover up my black ink spot. All right, and just put that on there. So it'll be a little bit smaller. And I think that should keep it from warping. May still a little bit, but it'll be better. All right, and now our little trees that we put Wink of Stella on. We'll use a little bit of our green glue. And I like them to be kind of where they can lift up at the top if they're not glued all the way down. So just hold that for a minute. And then our little ones. That is plenty. Try not to drop them on my card. And they just kind of go over here on this side. Then we have our sentiment. We finally got one. Scissors. So we'll cut off that. And then I did a little bit of, let's do it on the other end. I have more room on this end. So we'll do a little banner cut on this end. There we go. And then I did put that on with the liquid glue also because it's on an embossed. Set that down there. Hold it for just a few seconds. All right, looks like we need to trim our bow a little bit. Or our ribbon, or knot. There we go. And then the last step, I decided it needed more shimmer. And so these are adhesive back sparkle gems. And they're gold, black, and silver, clear silver. But I thought the black ones looked great on this. And where did I put the third one? Over here. Over here in these trees. It gets kind of hidden in there. And there you go. There is our shimmery Halloween card with the Encircled in Nature. You can see a little bit of that Wink of Stella on there. It makes a mess when you're banging it, but once it's on there, then it doesn't flake off or anything. It's really nice. All right. Oh, we forgot to put our inside in it. Let's do that real quick. I don't know where my other Encircled in Nature cards are. I could grab them real quick. Let me check one spot. If they're not there, then you'll just have to look online and see them. There we go. So now we have trees on the outside and trees on the inside. All right, let me look one spot real quick. I'll be right back. Oh, I know where they are. I think they're in here. So I got this cute bag at the retreat I was at, and I had put all my cards in there. And so the ones that I already, yeah, here they are, that I already posted, I put in that bag. I found them. Okay. So I made a spring one. So I colored the flowers. I put Wink of Stella on them. And this time I cut out the whole twig wreath. So used both pieces to cut it out. Added some pearls. This is the birch embossing folder in the background. So that's that one. And then this one is where I did, you can really see the Wink of Stella on this one. That's where I made like a little puddle of Wink of Stella and picked it up and splattered it. So made big splatters, but it's kind of fun. So that one is very simple. I just stamped the wreath, stamped some trees, die cut the trees, stamped a little sentiment, Wink of Stella splatters, and I did add some of these. I forget what those ones are called. They have kind of gold flecks in them. So there you go. There are some other. And then I have another one that we're going to do in card class next week. So you should see that posted online. I think on Friday you'll see it posted. It'll also be in, tomorrow I will create all the events for that and you'll see it posted there. But this is the one we made tonight. Okay, before we leave, let me tell you who won this one from last week. And the winner is Nancy. So I will get that to Nancy. All right. Again, the measurements will be on my blog shortly after this. And we'll be back next week with something else fun to make. All right. Thanks for joining me. Bye.